Richards, called Whisper. This boy born in 2005, Jamaican player, big talent. He is considered a really talented boy, wonder kid. Chelsea invested less than 1 million for this boy. He was really close to join Newcastle, but Chelsea were really fast in the final stages of the negotiation, and now the deal is signed and official. So one more talent for Chelsea is called Richards, Jamaican, 2005. Remember the name, very fast player with good qualities, he's a winger. And so Joe Shields, the director of Chelsea, was involved in this story and was crucial to sign the player.
That's right, 17-year-old Dujuan Whisper Richards is a Chelsea player. The English Premier League club has signed the 17-year-old on a pre-contract. It's expected that Richards will sign a full contract when he turns 18 in October. Reports suggest that several clubs across Europe were interested in signing the player, but Chelsea moved quickly for his signature. He had a tremendous 2022 schoolboy football season in Jamaica, scoring 31 goals and bagging 19 assists for Kingston College. The marksman is a product of Phoenix Academy, having been with the organization since the age of 12. We're pleased to have Dujuan Richards joining us in studio, along with head of Phoenix Academy, Craig Butler. Gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing great. A little tired, lots of work, but get the job done.
Yeah, indeed, you have gotten the job done. Craig, let me start with you. How significant is this signing?
Well, I mean, Chelsea is one of, if not the best club, biggest club in the world. The greats have, graced their pitches, going all the way back from Robin to, so you have to look at the opportunity that's there. It's also apart from Whisper, set and apart from Whisper, the fact that Chelsea has seen it fit to select a Jamaican player now opens the eyes of Europe to what we have as products. So we better be ready for when the opportunities come. Make sure our players are well developed, both feet, on and off the pitch, and focused.
Yeah, Dujuan, Chelsea. It's Chelsea. Talk to me about how you're feeling in the aftermath of signing with one of the biggest clubs in Europe.
It's a great club with great history, lots of good history, and I did my research on the club. When I heard that they're interested in me, I did my research and I was like, is this me going to this club at this age? And I said to myself, like, how did I did this? And after that night, when I asked myself that, the next morning, I can't talk it on this, but the next morning I was, yeah.
Your next morning you got some great news. Craig, we had heard initially that he was going on a trial with Newcastle, and so everyone was waiting to hear what was going to happen from that Newcastle trial, and then the next thing we were hearing, he's with Chelsea. Break down how the deal was brokered for us.
Well, the reality is that you should always, I've learned that from my days with Toshiba, you should always have several options whenever you're going into marketing. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to ensure that we had at least 4. We had 5, but we had at least 4 big clubs, good, strong clubs, that at different levels that could create a pathway for Whisper. And what was most important is the pathway. It's not about the money. The money will come. It's about the pathway. Who's going to allow him playing time? Who's going to give him the best options even if he went on a loan? And so we went and we met with Ajax, we met with Genk, we met with Club Bruges, and he went on a trial with Newcastle, killed it, did very, very well. And Chelsea, we've had a relationship with Joe Shields from when he was at Man City, because I'd introduced him to Whisper 2 years ago. And they had sent scouts actually out here to look at him. And then he made his move from Man City to Southampton and then to Chelsea. And again, Tony White, a Jamaican, people don't even realize this, a Jamaican is the chief scout for Chelsea in Europe, mainland Europe, in France. So Tony also I met Tony at the Bruges game and we spoke about it. And next thing you know, we have the boss in Chelsea colours. I mean, Chelsea was my personal home, as a young boy. That was my favourite club. And I always wanted to see one of our players from Phoenix there.
We understand, of course, that the Newcastle trial would not have been his first in Europe.
No.
Can you tell us some of the others and how those would have gone over time and would have taken him to this place now?
Well, one of the things that you have to recognize that we're an island very far away from Europe. And so we have to, in order for our players to actually be ready at 18, they have to know about us from before. So from he was 12, we were sending him to Spain with the team and playing friendly games. Yeah. So we went to Barcelona, then we went to Genk, Leverkusen. We played against Maastricht.
Is it true that he had a trial with Real Sociedad? Yes,
he did as well. So went to Real Sociedad for a trial. But before that, he was in England for a period of time as well. I sent him to school to get a feel for what English football is like and to let them know what he can do. So we were able to do that, and he was well prepared for this step. So when he does go to Chelsea, it won't be anything that's shocking for him.
Yeah. Dujuan, talk to me about some of those trial spells that you would have gone on, and specifically this latest one at Newcastle, and what that experience was like.
Good experiences, and most people don't believe I trained with the first team in Newcastle, but the boss knew. But I would say it was a good experience. Lovely town, good city, good everything, and facility nice, and I just did what I have to do.
Yeah, break down what a trial is like. So how long did you spend there? I mean, what would a day look like? Exactly, I mean, what did you do? What did they request of you to do? What were they looking at?
Everything. On a trial, they look at everything. The way you walk, the way you eat, the way everything, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. So they watch everything on a trial.
Yeah. Can you break down what a day looked like during that trial stint?
No time.
No time?
No.
Yeah. So you get up at what time?
7:30.
Yeah. And what happens after that?
Go to training, reach training 8 o'clock, and training starts 11. So I have to be there from 8.
Wow.
To start 11. And after training, we can't leave the club till 4 o'clock. And by 4 o'clock, we reach home. At them sleeping time.
Yeah, and then you're back doing it the next day. Craig, what happens between now and October?
Well, we're going to have to prepare, of course. And, my thing is this. I have every confidence, our ability to prepare. What got him to the club was his training here. So we'll continue to prepare and refine a few more things, push the limit, probably even get a little bit of weights in, so strengthen up a little more. But I think Whisper's power already is perfect. We don't have to do much more other than to ensure that we keep the repetition going, ensuring that he's sharp, his movement is finishing, his pressing, his movement off the ball. And during this period of time, he also has a national team. So we can't forget that, and to make an impact and to build a relationship with the players in the team. So we're looking forward to the next few months. It's going to be busy.
Yeah. There are those who would say this Whisper signing, especially those who are big believers in the Schoolboy Football product, and they would say, well, the Schoolboy Football played a massive part in him getting this deal. How much, if any at all, would you say that Schoolboy Football would have helped?
You put me in a position now where I have to tell the truth. And
I always want you to tell the truth.
Yeah, but the truth is the Schoolboy Football is a 3-month competition. His preparation has been from 12, 13 years old, coming all the way up. He's been traveling to Europe back and forth for years. He's been placed in a school in Europe so he can play against Man City. He can play against several clubs. So whilst the exposure is good for Jamaicans, because Jamaicans continuously had doubts about him when he was left off of the under-20 team. And I was fighting for him. They were saying, oh, he's no good, he's not ready for anything. And so we said, okay, let's all play schoolboy football. We'll play for Mona and you play for Casey, and we'll show them what we can do. But it was for Jamaica.
Yeah.
He had Dimitri the Conde at Genk, knew him from he was 13. Yeah. You know, Ajax has known him from that age too. You know, most Bruges, all of them, they knew his qualities. He scored 5 goals, 4 or 5 goals against Genk. 3 goals against Genk. Yeah, when we beat them. Yeah. So we've built a reputation in Europe, and they have a lot of respect for us. Yeah. So it really didn't impact what he did, because I would have gotten him the trials anyway. Yeah. What he did on the trial, now that was the big impact.
Yeah. Sorry to put you in this tough position, but 17-year-old Whisper versus 17-year-old Leon Bailey. I
will not speak on that.
No, you don't want to compare them anytime.
Don't trouble my 2 boys. They're my boys. I love both of them, and they're both very talented players. Leon is a little different than Whisper. Whisper has a Haaland factor, you know, very powerfully built with the technique. Leon is very slippery and unpredictable, you know. So it's that is like trying to compare Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. You know, it literally is. You know, one have skill and power and explosion, the other one is nifty. You know, so it's a different thing.
Yeah, he made his debut for the national team on Saturday, and I'll ask Whisper about that. But do you feel he is in good hands with the national team at the national level at this stage?
One of the things is that I always stay close to my players. I think that the coach is that the difference between this coach and other coaches is at least this coach is willing to listen to people. He's willing to hear, he's willing to learn, he wants to make an impact with the people of Jamaica. And I can tell you, right now on this show, I can tell you, if I didn't put down my foot and fight, Whisper would have been sent to Qatar to play for Qatar and not for his country. And I'm telling you, on this show, I'm a patriot and he's a patriot, and we would never do that.
What do you mean by that, though, Craig, that he would have been sent to Qatar?
The fact of it is, there are people who are there, Qatar made an offer for him to come to Qatar to play for Qatar's national team, the federation. Yeah. And people were interested in going. And I said no, and put my foot down. Whisper said no, put his foot down. And his mother said no, and put her foot down.
How would he have qualified, though?
You know, if Jamaica is as powerful as Qatar, and you want to get a person a passport, it's not very difficult. And it doesn't. He's 18. You know, they could have waited for 2-3 years and then give it to him. So, for me, that's not the important thing. What the important thing is what Phoenix was started for. What we started for was to get Jamaica to another World Cup and to compete. So, for one of our players who we have developed to actually go to another country and play for them, especially that side of the world, would be totally against what our loyalty plans are.
Yeah. Whisper, your debut. What was it like?
At halftime, I didn't know I was in on halftime though, but at halftime, the assistant came to me and said, are you ready? And I said yes. From the game, 1 minute, I'm ready. And he was like, okay, go to the technical coach. And I went to him and he showed me some stuff like that. And then it was like, it's not hard. I know it's a debut, and it's not hard. And I went out there and just have to do my best for my country.
Yeah, we're fast running out of time, so we have to do this really quickly. I'm actually stealing a little bit of time now. Craig, quickly, how did you think he played in his debut for Jamaica?
I think the position that he played as a centre forward, he needed to get a lot more service from the wingers, and he wasn't getting it. The pitch was bad, but I saw the effort. He actually changed the game. More pressure was put on the Trinidadian defence, and he almost got a couple chances. So I'm pleased with it. Yeah, I think though that when we're in the office, I think he's going to deliver.
Yeah, and I heard the Trinidad and Tobago coach Angus Eve, and he said, well, we did our work on Whisper, He also said we have our own whispers, but that's a different thing. But he said we did our work on whisper and we realized that he only goes one direction, that's to the left. So we were able to nullify him comfortably.
Really, maybe he needs to look at his clips properly because he dips and cuts and scores with his right. I think the position that he was playing as a striker is different from what he would normally play on the wing. So he couldn't have spoken about nullifying. And as a matter of fact, Whisper got one ball, pushed it past everybody and blew away and left them, but it just had overrun him a little bit. So I don't know who they were nullifying. But as I said...
What do you say to that, Whisper?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
Well, we'll see tomorrow. Hopefully the coach will play.
Enough said. And as I said, I'm stealing time, right? So here's one final one. Is Whisper the only one?
Absolutely not. There's Donhue Mitchell, who's going to Aston Villa very shortly. Denzel McKenzie, our attacking midfielder, he's going to Ajax. Yeah. We have 3 players now on trial in Europe as we speak. We have Xander Bicknell, Dante Peralta, who's at Standard Liège. And we have Shenron Phillips, who is going to Westerlo. So we have a lot of it's in the pipeline, one after the other. And then Jamani Bell is there coming up, Dylan John, going all the way back to Akeem Bernard, the goalkeeper, who is now in the national team. Yeah. He also is going to...
When is Donhue Mitchell's trial?
The 20th to the 26th.
20th to 26th of March. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Whisper, congratulations. Keep laughing and keep scoring those goals, and hopefully you'll give me more opportunities to call some magnificent goals, hopefully in the colours of Jamaica. And Craig, congrats on another one. Did it with Leon Bailey, and here you are doing it again with Dujuan Richards. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it, the Laughing Whisper and Craig Butler, his agent. We take a break on the SportsMax Zone. We'll be back with more.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.